Raise your hand if this sounds familiar. You're constantly busy. Your to-do list is a monster that just keeps growing, and your calendar is so full it looks like a game of Tetris. You feel like you're working 100 miles an hour, but at the end of the day you look back and wonder, what did I even accomplish? We're told that busyness is a badge of honor, but what if all that frantic activity is actually a sign that you're failing to focus on what matters? What if most of what you're doing is completely trivial? There's a better way to live, and it's called Essentialism. Essentialism isn't about getting more done, it's about getting the right things done. To understand it, we have to talk about trade-offs. Every time you say yes to one opportunity, you are by default saying no to a dozen others. Think about it. When your friend asks you to go out for a few drinks and you say yes, you're unknowingly saying no to things you really want to do, like exercising, building your business, or learning a new skill. The problem is you want to do both. You want to go out with your friend and build that business. The brutal truth is you can't do everything. Nobody can. When you don't deliberately choose where to spend your time and energy, other people will choose for you. Your friends will choose, your boss will choose, your family will choose. This is why learning to say no is the most powerful skill you can master. And let's be honest, it's difficult. You feel guilty, you worry about letting someone down, but I promise you, that temporary discomfort is nothing compared to the long-term regret of saying yes to something you hated doing. Now, how do we know what to say no to? This is where the Pareto Principle, the 80-20 rule, comes in. This principle states that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. Think about it. A small fraction of your work is producing the majority of your success. But most people spend their entire lives chasing the remaining 20% of results with 80% of their time and energy. It's like they're stuck in a loop. They don't have time to stop and identify what's important because they're too busy with trivial tasks. To break that loop, you must become a ruthless editor of your own life. An essentialist allows themselves to stop and think, identifying what is vital and what is trivial to their goals. They then create a list not of things to do, but of things to avoid. What meetings, tasks, or requests can you eliminate so you can focus on the 20% that actually matters? More effort does not get you more results. Working on the right things does. The essentialist mindset isn't something you apply just once. It's an ongoing process. You see, when you start getting massive results, you get more successful. And with that success comes more opportunities, more clients, more partnerships, more requests. This is what you want, right? But this success can become the very catalyst for your failure. This is the paradox of success. You get busy, you start saying yes to new shiny opportunities that aren't actually essential, and those essential things that made you successful in the first place start to fall by the wayside. Soon you're overwhelmed and try to find more time by cutting out the one thing you can't live without: sleep. You've seen it, right? The person who wears their lack of sleep like a badge of honor, saying, "I only sleep 5 hours a night." This is a fool's bargain. Research shows that getting less than 6 hours of sleep a night gives you the same mental capacity as being legally drunk. It's a trade-off that is not worth it. An essentialist knows this. They take the time, again and again, to identify what's important. They say no to the non-essentials, and they never sacrifice what truly matters. If you don't prioritize your own life, someone else will. If you want to learn more, I've linked to Greg McKeown's book in the description below.